We are so excited to be back, and we just had to waver on some technical difficulties because, of course, we are live. But we're going to be moving on to two poets, two artists that are definitely powerful in their own way, and they're going to take us on a journey. And we can't wait for that. And our first artist is from Quezon City, the Philippines, and she is a poet. And the thing about this poet is that she is a an advocate of mental health, and she had shared her art in some events such as the Depresso by Anxiety and Depression Support PH, and as well as University of the Philippines, the City University of Manila or Pamantasan Lungsod ng Maynila, and she really dove into the well-being of people and also their emotions, and her poetry is always sincere and raw, and which makes it very, very powerful, and you could see that in her poetry. And besides the fact that you can catch her as one of the writers of the Philippine Daily Inquirer, and we can't wait to hear her piece that says, "Oh, welcome from the Philippines, Indigo Pie."
Hello, evening. Am I on? Is it working? Yes? Hello. Okay. Um, hello? Okay, thank you.
You're good.
Okay. Hi. So my name is Andrew, and my first piece is actually the piece I'm oddly most known for. And I say oddly because my main language is English. Yet somehow this is the one that people ask me for all the time. Um, like the host mentioned, I am a mental health advocate, and this was written. I wrote it for myself, but I always also figure that whatever I need to hear is from what somebody else needs to hear. So this is bawal ka pang mamatay. Bawal ka pang mamatay. Kahit na hirap ka na sa iyong buhay. Kahit na parang ubos na lahat ng mga kulay, bawal ka pang mamatay. Kahit na parang wala nang bukas na darating na maaliwalas. Kahit na ubos na ang iyong pasensya, iyong bulsa, wala ka na pupuntahan bukas, bawal ka pang mamatay. Kasi minsan sa ating buhay, akala natin mabigat. Mabigat nga naman talaga. Pero kaya naman. Pag binigyan ng konting pahinga, bawal ka pang mamatay. Dahil baka hindi ka matay na kailangan mo, baka kailangan mo lang kumain, kailangan mo lang matulog, kailangan mo lang umiyak, kailangan mo lang ilabas ito, bawal ka pang mamatay. Kahit gano'n pa kabigat yan, kahit gano'n pa kahirap, kahit ano pang dilema ang mahatak sa iyong pababa, bawal ka pang mamatay. Bawal pa akong mamatay. Kala mo ikaw lang. Lahat tayo may dala-dalang dilema at dala-dalang hirap. Pero kaya naman. Lahat tayo, kahit pa paano, natutukso, sumukong na naman. Pero darating ang dahilan para hindi sumuko. Bawal pa akong mamatay. Dahil alam na alam ko na marami pa akong kulay, marami pa akong kaya bigay sa sarili ko. Alam ko na yung dating ako na nagpapaubos sa ibang tao ay wala na. Alam ko na yung dating ako na nagpapagamit sa ibang tao ay pagpun na, ay bawal pa akong mamatay. Dahil oras na para mabuhay naman ako para sa sarili ko. Dahil oras na para gawin ko ang gusto ko, maghanap ako ng mga bagay na ikasasaya ko, na unahin ko naman yung sarili ko, bawal pa akong mamatay. At mahirap yung paniwalaan natin dahil suko na ako at kulang na lang magpasubo ako sa mga demonyo, pero hindi. Sa huli-huli, nahanap ko yung ilaw sa aking loob. At pag ikaw, kaibigan na nakikinig, alam kong alam mo, na may ilaw ka rin na itutugod, bawal pa tayong mamatay. Bawal pa tayong sumuko. Lalo na ngayon, mabigat ang mundo, maraming nangyayari, wala tayong alam sa mga pwede pang mangyari, pero bawal pa tayong mamatay. Dahil sa huli-huli, tayo rin ang mag-ilaw na ibigay. Thank you. Um, so that's bawal kapag mamatay, which in English means you're not, literally means you're not allowed to die yet. Um, and I still cannot believe that that's something people ask from me a lot. But I also write happy poems, so let's shift a little bit. Um, I recently um I recently wrote something about an experience with um I guess you would call it love. It's complicated. Um, but this is something I kind of wrote for my best friend. Uh, it's untitled, so bear with me. I didn't know I was looking for love when I found you. Up to this day, I think I still wasn't looking. It just kind of happened. It just kind of came to me like the season. I still don't know what happened. All I know is that on that day, the last thing I was looking for was you. Maybe or maybe not. Maybe it was a comfort. I don't know. But I will say that the last thing I was looking for when I met you was love. I was looking for a hot dog, I think, and maybe a soda. Maybe somewhere to sit. Because it was hot, it was humid, and things weren't going the way I thought they would. At least until you literally walk up to me. Or walk up behind me. And sometimes, isn't life like that? Sometimes what you think is right in front of you ends up being behind your back, and that's all you need. Somebody supporting you the whole time. Somebody who won't leave even when things get tough. Somebody who won't listen to people to say, oh, not that person, they're pretty rough. And that's okay. Because I didn't think I was looking for love when I found you. But I did. Or maybe you found me. Somewhere between all of those weird holes and that giant, weird, misplaced tree. And it hurt. Didn't it? Because things got better after that. And that's all I'm trying to say. Sometimes what you're looking for is not what you will find. And sometimes what you want is not necessarily what you need. But at the end of the day, the clouds will part and the sun will shine again. And somehow, you will find yourself floating in the sea. And sometimes that's all you need, isn't it? So at the end of the day, sometimes you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, like the song says, you'll get what you need. Thank you. Um, I really still don't have the title for that. And then my third piece is, I've actually never performed this before, but I mean, it's me poetry, so I figured I might as well do it here. It's an open letter. And it will make sense once I. When I was 10 years old, for the most part, I thought I already knew everything there was to know about my heart. I had already been bullied and beaten and bruised and abused. And by that point, there was no other rhyme or reason for me to do anything other than what I was supposed to do. When I was 10 years old, I was in 4th or 5th grade, and there was nothing fun about it. It was all I would get from the other kids was absolute shit. And sometimes I would think about whether or not it was worth it to live, stay alive. Yes, even at 10, I was already struggling to survive. But I wasn't diagnosed with anything. And that was the 90s. Mental health wasn't a conversation yet, so it just kind of went, I got these, either way. So when I was 10 years old, I was definitely but a slip of a girl. Somehow, I managed to continue on in the world. When I was 20 years old, I got a lot more jaded. And I mean, a lot of things happen when you're a teenager. And I completely faded. I did not understand what it was to love or be loved because all I ever did was manipulate. You know how hard it is to say that out loud? Stay with me. Please stay with me. I promise you this is a poem. You know how hard it is to say out loud? I would manipulate people to love me because I didn't know any better. Yes, my life was basically shit. At least I made a shit for myself, not anything. Because when you spend your childhood bullying as well and then growing up with Western standards that aren't really the best, you kind of envy it. And that's what happened. And so when I was 20 years old, I would have been a young adult, except my brain wasn't really all there yet. Because I didn't know what it was to love, and I didn't understand that all my parents were trying to do was save me from myself. Because there was literally a point where I would just everything on the shelf and give. I gave until I was empty to people that did not care about anything other than my wallet or my pocket. I thought I was taking friendship and fun, but really, when they got what they wanted from me, they were done. So when I was 20, I was still a young shape of a girl. I think Britney said it best, not yet a girl, not yet a woman. But really, when I was 20, that's really only when I started to kind of figure maybe I'm kind of human, maybe I deserve that. I turned 30 last year. And honestly, 30 is a new 20. Because suddenly, I'm back in school. I had gone to rehab for depression, not drugs. Drugs are not cool. And life just went on without me. But also, I decided I would take my own time. And that's how I ended up with this decade where because we all have our own pace in life. I have so many friends who have a husband, who have a wife, and I'm dating now, but that's a whole other story. I'm a lot less melancholy. At 30 years old, I'm finally learning what it is to be an adult. And while that sounds like late bloomer talk, you have to understand, I've also finally been diagnosed. I'm bipolar, man. And that's only part of why. But it explains quite a bit about my childhood. And I guess this is the first time in 30 years since I'm treating myself good. And so I guess the point of this poem is 10, 20, or 30. I'm generally the same person. I just had to learn different ways of communication, different ways of coping, my own poison. And really, I cannot wait until I turn 40. Because now I look forward to the future. Because now I see myself making plans, having a job, doing something really mature. And isn't that what life's about? At the end of the day, you grow up, and then you really, really, really love yourself, and then everything will be okay. Thank you. That's where I'm at. So that's 3 pieces.
Actually, Indigo, wow. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
your first piece, I mean, I know of that piece and how much it had touched more people than you had ever imagined.
Yeah,
Um,
I still get floored. Like, I've had people come up to me crying, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I made you cry. And then it's like, no, it's like you helped me like really stuff, and I'm like, poetry, man, very powerful.
when did you start falling in love with poetry?
Oof. Grade school? Okay, when you spend the first 10-ish years of your life sort of in and out of hospitals for surgery and whatever, you read a lot. And I'm very lucky because my parents gave me a lot of books. My dad, uh, before Lord of the Rings was a thing, I already had like faded, like dying copies. Um, grade school. Uh, what is her name? The I think that I shall never see form as lovely as a tree, like that stuff.
Okay.
Ugh, fell in love immediately.
But when did you start writing? I mean, how did what changed? Because before, of course, you were reading poetry, but it's a different story when you ink it yourself.
High school. Um, I I wish I could tell you that I had like a total epiphany moment. I didn't. I used to talk to myself a lot. I still do sometimes. It's a bad habit now. And I would do it to entertain myself. I would do it to cope. I would do it because had no money at some point, and words became my friends. And there's something really nice. And I used to be obsessed with rhyming poems, or like the AV, the couplet scheme. And it used to just be a game I would play with myself to entertain myself. Um, and because also I really like music. So for a while, I fancied myself a songwriter until I realized I just really like poetry. Yeah.
And
Uh, in 2000, I think 10, 11, 12, like one of those years, my youngest brother introduced me to Sarah and Phil K.
mm,
And around that same time, I met Bianca Phipps, who is now involved in poetry. She wasn't involved at the time. So between Sarah and Phil and Bianca, I kind of went, oh, that looks cool. Maybe I can do that. And as somebody who pretty much didn't speak up as a child, the release of spoken word, the best.
I mean, did you? How was your first performance like? Like, was it?
Oh,
I mean, of course, it's scary, but like, can you describe to us like what you
okay.
felt? Can you go
Here's the
back?
funny part. My first spoken word performance, like, proper ever, was after I went to rehab. Again, for depression and like suicide, like not drugs or anything, behavior. Um, I joined the workshop. I auditioned for a workshop for Liam. And I didn't think I would get it. I really didn't think I would get it. By then, I'd always been writing stuff at home and then sharing it with Bianca and like Tumblr or whatever. But I never really performed. Joining the Liam workshop at some point, they brought us to an event where there was an open mic. And I just got so passionate about the plight of the ITAs because that was
Mm.
that came up during the workshop. I met people connected to that. And I wrote, it was funny, it was two birds in one stone. I wrote my first Tagalog poem ever, and I performed for the first time. Somewhere in Matahimik, in Quezon City, and I was horrified. I was horrified. There's video. I was like shaking. But also, halfway through the poem, I just felt myself like something's rich. And it felt nice. It felt like a release. And then it felt like I was telling a story. And I'm a Leo. I talk a lot. I like telling stories. So it just morphed into that. Um, and I didn't get like addicted to the feeling right away or whatever, but I did because I'm also like really into musical theater, I guess. Um, so it felt natural. It felt like something I had been meant to be doing for some time, if that makes sense. Um,
Mm.
I was really scared at first. By the end of it, I wanted to do it again.
Hmm. Speaking of like doing it over and over again, from the poems that you have written before and that you have not performed, the three that you did, what what is that poem that you would like love going back to or you enjoy going back to? And maybe you
Okay.
can
You
share
know
it with
how,
us.
sorry, you know how I performed 10, 20, 30?
Mm.
I actually have a poem that's 7, 14, 21.
Mm.
Because there's a saying that every 7 years, every cell in your body regenerates, so technically you're a different person. Don't come for me, science. I'm not sure if it's true. I just took the liberty and made a poem out of it. And it talks about a lot of my experiences growing up. It's basically the more detailed, intrinsic version of 10, 20, 30.
Mm.
And that's, I wouldn't say that's my signature poem. Bawal ka pang mamatay is my signature poem. But 7, 14, 21 is, yeah, that's the poem I keep going, wow, I did that. Like,
Can
like
you
I
share
love
it
it.
with us
Also,
tonight?
like,
Can you share it with us tonight?
uh, uh, well, that's a very heavy poem. Uh, Can I just share an excerpt with you for now? Because that's
Okay, yeah, sure, no problem, no problem.
um where was I? Okay. They say that every 7 years, every cell in your body regenerates. So every 7 years, you're like a totally new person, right? Right? Okay. So I'm gonna tell you a story. Actually, no. I'm going to. This is a poem. I promise you, it's a poem. And if you stay with me, you'll see why. Okay? Okay. Great. Hi, Maria. I'm 7 years old. When I was 7 years old, um, we lived in a really, really interesting apartment when Katipunan wasn't commercial yet. And when I was 7 years old, every single day, there would be this little comic that I would get. I think it was Donald Duck. I don't know. My Yaya isn't here anymore. I had a Yaya even back then. She was really nice. She was kind of a bore. But when I was 7 years old, life was pretty good. Although I was already going to the hospital then. I had already had a few surgeries then. I was already slightly different from the other kids way back then. I was 7 years old. I'd already experienced bullying. And it wasn't fun. And it wasn't even something major. It was teacher's arts class and live and learn. We were studying the planets and I wanted to be the sun. But there was this girl, I forget her name. She wanted it too and she wouldn't play a fair game, so she bullied me. And I felt bad. And I still can't tell you now if I was sad or mad. I definitely wasn't mad. But when you're 7 years old and you're standing in kindergarten, and the one kid you thought that would be nice to you is treating you like garbage again, it sucks. But I didn't know what to do with my feelings at the time, except cry a lot. And at 7 years old, that's kind of a tricky spot. When I was 7 years old, I had already had to grow up more than I thought I had to. And that's, I guess, why the story is so long. And why every 7 years when your body changes, you have a new story to tell. Okay, that's the excerpt. It's a very long poem. And it's very heavy. So that's where we're at tonight.
Thank you so much. I think this, I mean, being a poet, they say, like we unravel a certain level of being naked, being so transparent, and it makes us very vulnerable, and it makes the people who hear it very vulnerable too. Thank you for sharing that tonight. Thank you so much. And and we would love to hear your story again and again and again here at We Poetry. And is are there other places or like platforms that they can hear your poems or see your poems?
Uh, uh, yeah. My Instagram is Indigo Pie Poetry. My Facebook is Indigo Pie. It's a page. I have a YouTube channel, but I'm still fixing it. Forever fixing it. Um, Usually if I have gigs, they're at just in Patch and Maginhawa. But I mean, right now it's important to stay home. Stay in. That's why we're doing this. Safety first. But yeah, usually it's social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube when I fix it, and uh, yeah, that's the best way at the moment.
Absolutely, and I think people would definitely want to check out those sites, and those platforms to read more about your journey and your story, and maybe they
Oh
could
God.
see parts of who
Also,
they are.
get a copy of the Philippine Daily Inquirer every Saturday because Inquirer is super.
Yes.
Relevant.
So, but before we go to the next poet, um, if there, if you can give one advice to someone who is starting to write poetry now, Like, what would you give? What advice will you give for them not to do?
Oh, okay. Don't, and I mean this from experience, don't write the way you think the people you want to impress will want you to write. Don't write the way you think the point you look up to want you to write. Don't write the way you think you have to write for people to accept you. Don't do it. Because it will, you want, write a certain way, right? Buy into whatever the topic is, or sort of sound like somebody that sounds like, or whatever. But it will eat you. And you will eventually learn that you are your own person, you are your own poet. Everybody has their own voice. Yes, we are mentored. Yes, we learn from other people. Sarah Kate, Bianca Gibbs, I've talked about this. I mean, locally, so many great artists, but you will find your own voice at some point. And you're not going to find it by, you know, trying to be one of them. Like, don't do it. Like, be yourself. It sounds really ridiculous, but don't be anybody other than yourself. Or if you must, take it as a learning curve. You know how when you're learning to ride a bicycle, sometimes there's a training wheel, like a
Yeah.
track or whatever. Same logic. You have to
Mm,
cut that up in some because
right.
when you get reliant people, and it's room for people to take advantage of you if you don't find yourself. At some
Mm,
point, somebody will see that and go, oh, well, hmm, you know.
right. Um, wow. I mean, I feel that because yeah, I think it's about finding like who you are in your own poetry, and making it like you, like your own. And wow, okay. I mean, I bet a lot of the people who are watching right now and who will watch this video, um, that's really a good point. I'm telling you, like, people who are watching, that's really wow. That's a really good
I can't.
lesson.
Okay, I don't know how to say this it's weird because English is my first language, but like I just have it kasi lahat ng tao marunong magmahal eh,
Mm,
in their own way. If you know
mm.
how to love, you know how to write.
Ooh, yeah,
If you know how to love, you know how to write. And when
love.
you write out of love, then that's what you're sharing. It's not anything plastic or like crafted out of a need to fit in. Like, no, you write from love and you can't go wrong. Sorry, I know you
Fantastic.
asked me what not to do, but like, I couldn't shake the other side of it. If you write
Yeah,
from love, you're not go wrong.
awesome. Wow, love, love, love. Spread that love. Wow. Thank you so much, Indigo, for sharing that love tonight. And I hope that other people who are watching this video will find their love inside themselves. Thank you so much. Indigo Pai from the Philippines. Thank you so much. Now, moving from that love to another love. Um, I I grew up listening to our next performer's art, music. But I always believe that when you can write song, when you can craft that, then you most probably you are a poet, and there are a lot of musicians, songwriters who are poets, um, even before they got into music. So, and our next performer definitely is someone that many of you would know and recognize. And he is, of course, one of the Philippines' most respected songwriters and musicians. And he was part of the band that I super loved when I was growing up, Freestyle. And he is, of course, one of the leaders of Philscap, bringing in like a new wave of musicians and for OPM. And that's all welcome. Please, Top Cesara.
Hi, everybody. Hello, I'm on. Can you hear me? Sound check.
Yes,
Okay,
you're on.
this is okay. I'm gonna employ this. Okay, so you can hear my guitar too. Hi, everybody. Kumusta po kayo? How's everybody? I hope everybody's well, wherever it is that you are in the world. Staring at the pictures on the dresser, the tears are falling to the floor. Seeing all the moments that we treasure. There won't be any new ones anymore. They say some good things, they never last for long. I'm still wondering where it all went wrong. I came upon a letter that I wrote you. One of many that I wrote before. You know, I read it for a while. It said, I love you. And then I put it back into the drawer. I feel the same for you as I did then. You say you've fallen out and you can't get it back again. So goodbye, I'm on my way. Be happier apart from me. Take my broken heart with me, and I'll be okay. Guess there's nothing left for us to say. After all the years being together, have we run out of things we haven't tried? Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be. For a while, I feel like dying deep inside. You tell me now. You tell me it doesn't have to end. We just can't go on like this. I don't believe we should pretend. Goodbye, I'm on my way. You'll be happier apart from me. I'll take my broken heart with me, and I'll be okay. Guess there's nothing left for us to say. But goodbye, goodbye. Walking down the road, this empty road, all alone, to bear this load. All my hopes All my dreams, they just fell apart at the seams. Tell me, could there have been another way for your love for me to stay? Yes, it was just no way. So goodbye, I'm on my way. You'll be happier apart from me. Take my broken heart with me. I'll be okay. Yeah. Guess there's nothing left for us to say. But goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Whew. Okay lang ba yun? Pwede ba yun? Storytelling is just storytelling. Just storytelling. I just want to tell a story. That's usually what I try to do. I tell a story through music. Um, just like this other one. This one, you know what? Lakan jammed to this one. This one was pretty uplifting. You know, I think it's apt nowadays. All this craziness going on, this is pretty serious. It's global. The whole world is feeling it. And anyway, sometimes you just feel like you're in the darkness. You know? But in the darkness, if there's one little trace of light, that light just really stands out. So I wrote this for a friend who was going through something because her best friend took his own life. And so when we were talking about what she wanted me to write for her, she really opened up, and that's when I understood why she was, you know, she had a different color around that time about her. So, and I tried to do some research because it was all about depression. Uh, Her friend was battling with depression for many years. They grew up together, but I think ever since he was little, he was really he had his his monsters that he was battling. So anyway, I hope when I share the song, I will be able to song poetry singing song or poem slash song. It's the first time. Please bear with me. It's the first time I'm rendering any of my songs to poetry reading or like in conversation style um, expression. But I hope that you like it. This one is called Light in the Dark. Drowning, desperately gasping for reaching, into feeling like there's no one. Crying deep down inside, and you're trying your best to hide it. Feel like dying, feeling like just letting go. You need to know. Please know. There is a light in the dark. It's flickering deep in your heart. It's waiting inside you to show you you're never alone. No, know that I'm never too far. I'll be where you are. I'll be there beside you, there to remind you there is a light in the dark. When you feel like your world's caving in, you want to explain, but you don't know. Just don't know where to begin. Helpless. Nothing makes sense. You're defenseless. Going against something baseless. It's taking control. But don't you ever lose hope, okay? There is a light in the dark. It's flickering deep in your heart. It's waiting inside you to show you you're never alone. And know that I'm never too far. Know that I'll be where you are. I'll be inside you, there to remind you there is a light in the dark. You want to break free, but you smile, so no one will know. So nobody will know. I've been there before. I have. It feels like there's nowhere to go. You make it through it. You make it through it. Believe me. I know. Just take my hand. Don't ever let go. I will stay with you. And I'll pray with you. No matter how dark, how very dark the night goes. That one little light always glows. There is a light in the dark, flickering deep in your heart. It's waiting inside you, show you you're never alone. And know that I'm never too far. Calling, I'll be where you are. I'll be there beside you. There is a light. Even the deepest of night, there is a light. He is the light in the dark. Let's be alive without. Let's. Everybody okay? Can you guys still hear me? Are we okay? Are we okay? Still good? Okay pa ba
We're
tayo?
we're good.
All right.
Um,
All right, man. I couldn't hear
we're
you guys.
good.
I don't know if baka nakamute kayo, but I'm just rambling and rambling. Sorry about that. I'm just doing
No,
what I
no, man.
can. Huh?
No, man. Like, I mean, to be to be frank, um, that song of yours when I first heard it yesterday, um, I was just I was so inspired by it because that little spark of light. Well, um, thank you, thank you for that song.
You
Wow.
know, that's everybody goes through that darkness. Lahat tayo. We have that. We have those times. It's not alien to us. There's not one person who doesn't know it. But almost everybody who does know it doesn't. We don't realize that we can actually be the light for somebody. You know,
Mm,
puro darkness. So we're all in our darkness. Yeah, but you know, there's a light there. You know, that's why I said he's the light. You know, but you too, we too can be the light for somebody else. I mean, no matter how dark it is for us, you know, every now and then, there's always somebody in a darker place, di ba?
mm,
And
absolutely.
and if you know, if not for us, maybe they'll forget that there's light. You know, there's light. That little one, it's gonna grow. It's just you just need to fan it. That little spark, that little flame, that little sparkling, that little ember. You gotta fan it until it becomes bright. You change that person's perspective, that mood, that help them get a. They need you. Maybe you can be there to support, and in turn, maybe when they get their footing back, when they regain their footing, or when they do establish their bearings again, then sila naman, you know, they'll be able to do the same for somebody else. So it's really just um,
Whew.
it's human. It's human.
Yes.
It's human. You know, it's earthlingy. Why? Because you know, all life is sentient for me, huh? So
Mm,
even animals can find themselves in the dark, and we gotta be the light for them too. You know, it's not just people. We'd be too. It would be too egotistical for us to think that tayo lang. Sapat
yeah.
na natin, di ba? Yabang naman
Yeah.
natin. Bakit? Eh tayo nga pinaka-problema dito sa mundong to, di ba? Tayo pa yung magmamalaki.
Point.
Di ba? Di ba? I
Yeah.
think that's on point. That I don't know. We can agree to disagree, but that's my perspective. That's my,
Absolutely.
you know.
Actually, it's good that you mentioned that because I performed a piece before, and it spoke about like how I mean, if we were like the greatest masterpieces in the world,
Mhm.
then why has the world come to this?
You know, everything that's wrong in the world is because of us. But to see, as a species, we have become, and again, we can argue all we want, but we cannot deny the fact that as a species, it was inherent upon us to protect all life. And
Yeah.
yet we are clearly the biggest threat to this,
Mm-hmm.
to natural life as we know it. Sickness, tayo na nagdadala, tayo gumagawa nito, puro kalok. Ayun, you know, if there's any species that had gone extinct, always because of our doing. It wasn't because,
Yeah.
with the exception of maybe the dinosaurs, but everything
Well,
after that,
Everything after that, pag may na-extinct na ano, tayo na.
That's true.
So, kapag if without people, the earth, without animals and trees, and we'll survive in several years, maybe even several hundred. You know, without people, the earth will really thrive. But the earth doesn't need us, and yet we're here pillaging it, di ba? So it's not all of us, but meaning us. I'm not saying we're not all at fault, but as a race, we are.
I think human beings, I mean us, I mean we're dualities. We can be the darkest of grims. At the same time, we can be the brightest of lights.
Yeah,
Both.
yeah, we are all like that, but it's the character of the darkness that we can be.
Mm,
We can
true.
be dark in a good way. You need darkness also to define light, right?
Here.
But
Yeah.
may ibang dark talagang dilim, eh. Talagang impyerno quality yung dilim nila eh. Hindi iba eh.
True.
Walang pakialam sa kapwa at saka sa mundo, sa kalikasan. Wala, they really don't care. There was this, di ba there's this contention that if animals had a religion, the devil would be us.
Oof. Oof. That's
You've
so
never
true.
heard of that? You never heard of that?
Yeah, I've
Hard
heard
to
of that.
argue. Hard to argue against, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hard to, it just makes you, wait, teka,
Oof.
tunok mo muna yung kape mo, umpo ka muna, get your tayo yung demonyo. Tayo rin yung anghel. Tayo rin
True.
yung anghel because hindi naman,
Pwede.
yung demonyo, kung may alam silang demonyo, tao rin yun. Hindi kapwa, hindi because any creature that dies at the hands or in the jaws of another creature, it's natural. It's predation. It's eat or be eaten. But it's survival, di ba? Pero yung ginagawa sa kanila, hindi na survival yun eh. Di ba?
Hindi.
So we terrorize them, we torture them, we treat them like they're not sentient, like they're not, like they don't have souls, like they don't deserve to be treated with respect or dignity. Or I don't mind hunting. You hunt, you eat. Hunt to eat. No problema. Hunting for sport, what the hell is that?
True.
Diba? I mean, I really, ako gusto ko sana magkaroon ng sport wherein ang hinahunt natin are the sport hunters. The poachers.
Pwede
I
kang
want that
movie yan.
sport. I want that. I'll really get on that. I'll jump on that. Talaga, sign me up. I'm gonna, game. Mag-rally tayo walang prize. Anong prize? Uwi mo yung ulo niyan. Morbid, But
Actually, but speaking about being morbid, I wonder what's gonna be your next piece because honestly, your songs, it can literally like put us to like the end. Like okay, wala na, we're gone, boom.
Hindi
So I
naman.
wonder, hindi naman konti lang.
Hindi naman, man. Hindi, I don't know. Oo nga, no? I know, because, I write all these songs. I do have a lot of happy, positive, pumping
Yeah.
songs. But it's just that whenever something comes out, it's these songs, and I never pick what comes out. Never. I never do. I'm never the one to pick. I just say, up to you guys. And then they pick this, and this picks, so parang Fenty. Target, diba? Parang what?
Kung
Sige.
ikaw, pipili.
Ako pipili.
Yeah.
Anong gagawin natin ngayon?
Yeah.
Sige nga.
Something that you've always wanted but not really getting the chance to like
So,
to really like bring it all out.
They're okay naman. Songs are okay. They're all out. It's just that whenever, let's say, if I'm in front of a crowd, more often than not, the same bunch of songs are what they'll clamor for, that they'll ask me to do. And that usually it's well within a set. And it's always like romance and, sakit, heartache. Which is okay. Wala nang problema. It's a human experience. Diba? It's universal.
True.
But there are other songs na, sige nga, ano bang pwede natin gawin, Lakan? On the spot tayo.
On the spot. Sige,
Topic,
sige.
topic.
Napasubo ako. Okay, sige, let's go.
Topic lang. Ano, share tayo.
uh,
Stay on, ah. Stay on, ah. I'm gonna
yeah,
do
I
the
will.
chorus. You just keep. You'll do the poetry. I'll, I'll put together a chorus. But what are we singing about? What are we
Um,
doing?
how about this feeling? There's always this feeling of wanting to be safe, wherein you're already safe to begin with. I mean, you're
Wanting
ready,
to be
like
safe
when
when I'm wanting to be safe when you're already safe.
like or like always this feeling of longing to be whole when you're already whole. To begin with, like feeling mo pira-piraso ka pero buo ka naman talaga.
Mm. Okay. Sige.
Okay.
What kind of mood
Okay.
is this? Is this a positive mood? Hindi.
Positive. Like I would love to have a positive.
So, kailangan
Uh,
positive. Positive tayo.
ah, interesting. Paisip ako dun ah. Paisip.
Teka.
Sige.
Sige, isip ka. Iisip ako. Guys, we're just
Okay.
thinking here on the spot to, ah.
Hmm. Okay.
Ah. Ah.
This is crazy, right?
This is crazy, but this is how we do it. On the spot tayo.
Exactly.
A little more context. Sorry, I need a little more context.
Like when you feel that you've been battered so much, like people take so much from you, or you've lost so much in your life that you feel that you've been reduced to pieces, that you're
Okay.
like nothing, but where in fact that
But
you,
it's all these pieces that make you whole. Ganyan.
yeah,
Tama ba? Am I in the
yeah,
right track?
you're,
Okay.
you're
Okay, so hang on, ah. Sandali, dyan ka lang, ah. Don't leave.
okay. So guys, this is purely improv,
Right now, we're gonna do it.
uh,
Just give
impromptu.
us a few minutes lang. This is done. Wait lang, ah.
Oh wow! This is. I mean, it's interesting. When I was like thinking of a tagline for
Okay.
this open mic, I chose "Be brave."
Be
You know,
brave.
be brave.
Be brave. You want
Yeah.
that in your chorus?
Pwede.
Parang up, di ba?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also with what is happening right now with the with the crisis, the COVID as well, and us artists, I mean, having this type of limitation. Of course, like all of us want to like also share our art, but like we can't. But yeah,
Okay.
all right. Ooh, ooh. Okay,
Okay.
so guys, this is intense because this is very very
Ikaw,
intense. But
sanay ka. Impromptu ka eh. Wait, ako I'm just making some little notes eh.
sure. But this is what we live for. I think.
Yeah. Improv, parang we
Hope.
can offer something, it's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
First time din naman to. So first time natin gawin itong kanta to.
Woo! But like when people ask me like why do I love impromptu poetry so much, and I always say because there's a certain sense of strength in being raw, and
Right.
like when there's this real emotion that comes out, and then suddenly I mean you cannot plan too much about life to begin with.
Okay.
You can only yeah, okay.
Sige lang.
So parang, like, and that's what I'm thinking of na parang um you have to appreciate what you have now, and who you are. I mean, we all ano na ako dito. Nagra-rant na ako about pieces of who I am also.
Right. No, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm feeding off you. I'm almost done. Wait.
Sure. Um yeah, and I think you wanting to feel that sense of security that you are worth something.
Right.
I remember there was this ex of mine who said that uh,
Whoa, whoa, wait.
well, there was this
Lalim
ex
na
of
to.
mine who said that you wanted to be someone else where in fact you were more than good enough. I was like, oh. It's like, oh.
Right.
And so I was like, ooh, okay, cool. All right, we're good. But yeah, I mean, that was a good point, I think. And we it's about the bravery that we accept um everything that we have done.
Okay.
Because yung ganun.
I hear you. I hear you. How's this?
Ooh.
Wait. Okay. Okay lang. It's a little country.
Oh yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
So, verse is gonna be like that lang. Paulit-ulit lang. But anyway, sounds like this. Never feel badly broken. Maybe you're losing control. Never see the color in your soul. You feel like falling to pieces. Don't wanna fight anymore. Because it's all of these pieces that make.
You always think that you can find safety in everything that is light, not knowing that you see darkness every single time you close your eyes. It's part of who you are, right? You should not be afraid to say anything, face it to whatever darkness you have, every single shadow that scatters on your feet, confident, sweet. You can own that. It's yours. Every single light and darkness, when you put them together, you can bring form every single thing that makes us alive.
Never feel badly broken. Maybe you're losing control. Never see the colors in your soul. You feel like falling pieces. You don't wanna fight anymore. You break 'cause it's all of these pieces that make you
You, you who thinks that you are too broken, you are left in that space in the million percent of who you are. You are pieces, shards, a fragment of soul. So you, you, this whole, you, you are the carrier of every single color of what makes us live.
never broken. Maybe I'm losing control. Cause your soul. You feel like falling to pieces. You don't wanna fight anymore. Leave it 'cause it's all of these pieces that make you whole. Oh, baby, 'cause it's all of these pieces that make you whole.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh
There
my
you go.
gosh. That was wow, that was insane, man. That was really good. Oh shoot.
On the
Woo!
spot. Just